Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Anna. I'm a little bit spooky, and today we're going to talk about only things I love. This is basically a favorites video, and we're just going to talk all about makeup, skincare, hair care, things I've been loving, and some lifestyle things. A little bit of everything. So yeah, if that interests you, just go ahead, keep on watching. Before you do, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment down below, let me know if there's anything that you have been loving lately, and it doesn't just have to be makeup, hair care, skincare. It could just be a lovely little moment in your life, something special that happened, something that makes you happy. Comment that down below. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, I'm going to start with skincare. I'm going to change it up. I have been doing a full Dr. Barbara Sturm skincare regimen lately and have been loving it. It's been cold here. My skin has been a little bit funny with the cold, with the dramatic change in temperature that we've had in Louisiana. It's gone from like 60 degrees to 11 degrees and then back up to 60 and raining. It does a number on the skin. It dries you out. It makes weird things happen. You got the heat blasting one day and then the air conditioning blowing another. It's real weird on the skin. So anyway, I've been using the Dr. Barbara Sturm system anti-aging line for the past quite a few months now. I would say at least since late November, early December. And that includes the anti-aging serum, the anti-aging eye cream, the anti-aging day cream or just face cream, and night cream. And it has been such a lovely little system to incorporate. My skin feels so hydrated, healthy, and happy, and just glowy and nice and all the good things. And yeah, I just want to say this skincare range is fantastic. It is very expensive. I was fortunate enough to get this stuff sent to me through Dr. Barbara Sturm because, ooh, them price points. I did not know how much it cost or how expensive this stuff was. But girl, it's good. It's real good skincare, and yeah, very much professional grade good skincare, and just very loving ingredients and everything. Very nourishing and mild. Nothing causes any interactions or harsh actives. It's just good, comforting, loving skincare. Very nourishing items, and I've been really into it. It's just all been very nice. It's all made in Germany. It's just fancy schmancy, very clinical and professional feeling, and just. It's a really nice experience to use. The packaging is just gorgeous. It's these heavy ceramic containers and then glass bottles. Can you tell I have been making my way through the serum? I'll be so sad when it's gone. This is their anti-aging serum, which has like hyaluronic acid. I believe it has like niacinamide in it, maybe. It has a lot going on. There's a lot of ingredients and claims with each item, which I hopefully have put on the screen so you can see, because I cannot remember all the call outs for everything in all of it. I just know that my skin is loving it, and it has not caused any weird interactions with anything. Makeup plays well with it. Just all around, everything has been good with the Dr. Barbara Sturm line, and if it's in your budget, I would recommend it. Alright, and then jumping over to makeup, two palettes I want to talk about that have been my absolute favorite palettes to play with lately since I got them. That is the Pretty Grunge from Huda Beauty and the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. I am so happy that I bought both of these palettes because I was really debating on just getting one over the other. Do I need both? They're not similar. They're actually pretty different in application and use, and yeah, it's a different vibe. They just happen to both be kind of more in a cool, neutral family. So this is a look I did today, bouncing between both palettes, which I haven't done before. I decided just to dip dab at both, create a really nice smoky eye, and just have some fun because I was just sitting here playing and getting ready to film this video. So I thought I'll just bounce around into both of them. With I Need a Nude, you're getting a very much more sophisticated feeling palette. You're getting a classy lady palette, if you will. These are very refined formulas. The shimmers and the glittery shades, everything in here is very just graceful and soft and pretty and elegant feeling, and just very, there's a maturity to the palette, a really beautiful range of formulas within here. You have like these amazing, just glittery, sparkly shades. They look like sequins or like stardust across the eye that aren't messy. They're not going to drop down everywhere. It's very, very flattering on textured lids, everything like that. Like, this palette is quality-wise 10 out of 10. Amazing. The mixture of finishes in here are so beautiful. There's just such a softness to it. There's like an elegance to this palette that is just amazing. And the ease of use is out of this world. Minimal fallout. The shades just work. They just blend into my skin tone really well. You have a nice balance with a couple of more warm rosy shades in here that really lend itself well to creating a smoky eye that's not going to look too cold on the eye. It's very easy to create a flattering look. Like, there's not a way that you could go wrong with creating a look in this palette. It's always going to come out good no matter what shade you dive into. All these shades just work so well together. It's a wonderful everyday palette. Like, it's one that you could just dive into. You don't have to think. You just slap it on and you have an amazing, soft, beautiful look. And you can easily amp a look up for evening with it, with a deeper shade and some of the more sparkly shades like Muse, which has this beautiful sequin to finish to it, like just like stardust across the lids. It's gorgeous and has a warmer undertone, which is really nice. This is a palette that won't let you down, in my opinion. It is just like the go-to. And of course, Pretty Grunge is like the rebellious, wild rocker version to me of I Need a Nude, because the color stories aren't super far off as far as them being more cool neutral tone palettes. They got some pretty cool tone shimmers in there and stuff, and there's definitely like a little bit of overlap with that, with it both being cool neutral, but the palettes themselves are very different once you play with them and touch them and see them in person. There's so many differences within the two palettes that I totally can justify having both of them and thoroughly enjoy playing with both of them. And I've had so much fun with Pretty Grunge, and I hemmed and hawed a little bit about getting this one. It's like, do I need Pretty Grunge? Do I really need that one? I am so glad I got this palette because I have had so much fun with it. It is the perfect evolution of Empowerment, where Empowerment was more warm tone. You had a little bit of plum in there. This eases into the cooler tones and the neutrals, again bringing in a little bit of that plum, and now we're bringing in a little bit of mauve with it and silver tones, where Empowerment was very much gold and warm and toasty with a sprinkling of cool tones in there. This one's bringing the cool with the sprinkling of warmth, and it's just absolutely beautiful palette. In person, swatching it, the nuance within here, pictures online just do not do it justice, which I always say that about all of Huda's palettes. Online, the pictures never do them justice because there's uniqueness in every shade, and she gets so experimental with the formulas. I think that is really fun. She's very innovative, always trying something new. And same with Natasha. She's always trying something new with the palette, putting out a new little formula in there to play with. And yeah, it's a very fun experience with both the palettes. In Pretty Grunge, you do have a really cool black glossy shade that I haven't put on the eyes yet. I keep saying I'm going to do that, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But it's a really interesting shade. I actually used it as like a kind of a lip gloss situation. Sorry, one of my lights just went out. I've actually used this kind of a lip gloss situation. That was really neat and looked really cool over some black lip liner. That was fun. And yeah, there's some really kind of flaky, sparkly shades with a million different tones going on, like the shade Rebel. It's very flaky and sparkly and a little bit finicky to use, but it's got like lilac in it. It's got gold in it. It's got silver in it. It's got like almost like a little bit of a greeny gold iridescence. Like, there's so much happening within that little eyeshadow that does translate onto the lid. It just doesn't translate very well on camera for some reason. That's so frustrating because it's so pretty. Oddly, the shade Maverick, which is like a platinum diamondy icy shade, but it has a slight warmth in it, is one of my favorite shades in the palette. It's just a gorgeous, bright, shining color, and it's so pretty to create a look with. I really like the more boring shade in the palette as far as the shimmer goes, which is Stand Up. It's a gorgeous, soft, rose goldy almost shade. I can't remember how it was described. It was something, I want to say it had rose gold in the description, but there's like a hint of rose gold in it, but it's very beigey and soft and pretty. And it's so nice and pairs up so well with the other shades in the palette. The shade Avant-Garde, I think, really might be my number one favorite because it is a black eyeshadow that has golden and silver and a little bit of, I want to say, kind of purpley sparkle in it. It is like a metallic black with a lot of nuance and kind of colors mixed in, and it's so pretty on the lid. You have a matte black in here, which is, to me, essential for a grungy palette is to have a matte black. You got to. You've got a whole side of the palette that is mostly a little bit more cool, leaning into like some mauve. It leans into like some mauves, but there's also like some warmth in them as well that makes them very flattering and not look so washed out on the eye. Because sometimes mauve shades and cool tones can look a little washed out. I don't find that to be the case with this palette. You also have some really beautiful neutral browns on the other side of the palette and a little bit of a peach in there, which I really appreciate. I like to have that little bit of warmth through the socket line or through the transition. To me, it just really balances out a look. I have found this to be a very easy palette to create everyday soft looks with, and even just sticking to the mattes create some really nice looks, as well as some very glam, grungy looks, smoky eyes, all the things that I love in makeup, all the things that I love to do with makeup. I can do with this, and I like the color story that's happening in here. It has a very 90s feel to it in the best way, that kind of late 90s with the silvery shimmers and all that and cool tones. I'm here for it. I think it's a fantastic palette. The quality, I think Huda has improved on her quality. Every single palette I think is always the best quality wise, and again, it's true for this one. Best quality wise across the board. Yeah, I'm very happy that I purchased both these palettes because they have made me so happy lately. And I have had so much fun playing with them. Like, I get excited about coming here to do eyeshadow because I get to play with those two palettes and create a look around them. I enjoy using them. They're just pleasant to use also. Okay, and now I got a few complexion items to talk about. First up is the Smashbox Always On Skin Balancing Foundation. This name always kind of throws me off. Smashbox Always On Skin Balancing Foundation with adaptogens. This is such an interesting, innovative product in my opinion because it is a foundation that actually adjusts itself to your skin. I know a lot of foundations kind of say that, but this one I feel like actually does. Like, feeling a little oily that day, this one will balance it out and kind of take down some of the oiliness. Feeling a little dry, this one will give you a little bit of hydration. It is perfect for combo skin. Like, perfect. And I think any skin type could really enjoy this foundation if you're looking for something that is a little bit more full coverage, but it can be sheared out to a lighter coverage. Really nice shade range. Just a fantastic foundation. I have a full wear test and everything of it, which I will have linked up in the eye or in the corner here. Really enjoy taking it first with my fingers and kind of working it into the skin and then blending out with a brush. That has been the best application method for me, and it just looks smooth and pretty, wears really well, and yeah, it's a great foundation. Also from Smashbox is this concealer. This is the Halo Healthy Glow 4-in-1 Perfecting Concealer. Very brightening and pretty coarse. Well, it's very brightening on me because I might have a shade that's too light for me. Overall, a beautiful product. The formula is really nice on this. It actually has a decent amount of coverage that you can build up, and it sets down quickly, so do work one eye at a time. To me, is the best option to blend it out because it will kind of set down on you, but that also means it has fantastic staying power and wears really well. And even though it's called, marketed as glowy, it's not shimmery or anything like that. It just looks healthy, like you have really good skincare on underneath kind of glow. It's not glittery or radiant that kind of way. It's more that lit from within, just nice healthy skin glow that I really look for in products and love. And it plays really well with the Always On foundation. It has played well with pretty much everything I've paired it with. It's been really nice and a surprising amount of coverage from it. And it's one of these like touche éclat type products that usually are a little bit more on the lighter coverage side. Now, you can get a decent amount of coverage out of this, and it looks beautiful and wears wonderfully throughout the day. And it's a great product. Another foundation product that I'm so happy to have and have been enjoying quite a bit is the Misha Glow Layering Cushion Foundation. This is so pretty. The packaging is... It's been a really long time since I had a cushion foundation, and I forgot how wonderful they are and how lovely they are to use and what a pleasant experience they are to blend out on the skin and how pretty they always look. Remember the Wet n Wild one? Oh, the Wet n Wild one was so good even. I have it in the second lightest shade, I believe, which is Vanilla. Yeah, it's just a very pretty product. You have a really nice little sponge here with a little point on it. You can get right up in there and get into every little nook and cranny. And it has a beautiful glow, really nice wear time, easy to touch up if you needed to. Just a lovely product, very, very glowy, glass skin, that kind of vibe. It's so, so pretty, very easy to throw on your bag for touch-ups. Also, because it's in a compact like this, and I like that functionality of it. The shade range is very limited. I think there's only 3 shades, and all 3 shades would probably match me. I got the middle shade. So this one has the skincare going, all the good things. It just looks really pretty on the skin. It will get very glowy, but I did do a wear test and all that with it. And yeah, you're gonna get glowy. You're gonna have glassy skin, but it also wears really well and doesn't feel greasy. It just looks super dewy and glowy. It gives you that glass skin look, but it looks very smooth. It doesn't enhance texture or anything like that. So yeah, I really, really am enjoying this one. I've been trading off between this one and the Smashbox so much lately. One or the other, depending on my mood. Like today, I was like, I want to be super glowy, so I went with the Misha. I think that's all for makeup. Next, I have 2 bars from Super Zero. You know, Super Zero is like my favorite brand when it comes to hair care. So I have their hair serum bar. Would you look how small. I've used it so much. I love this thing. This is their hair serum bar. You just take it on your fingertips and you can just use it to, as you would like kind of like a hair oil through the hair. You can use it to tame flyaways. And a little bit goes a long way. You can actually use it as a mask and layer on a little bit more before wash day. You can use it as a leave-in treatment on wet hair and then go through and treat it like your leave-in conditioner. It's a very versatile product, multi-use product, which is really, really cool. And you're getting like virtually 0 waste because it is just a bar, comes to you in a cardboard recyclable box. And yeah, it's a pretty cool product and very, very nice. I was surprised at how awesome this is. My hair really enjoys it. On days like on my second wash day or second day after washing, second, third day, my hair gets a little frizzy. I take some of my fingertips and just work it through, and it helps the kind of refresh and make things come back together and the pieciness come back and the curl clumps start to find themselves again. It gives a little bit of shine and just makes the hair feel very soft and healthy without feeling greasy or oily or anything like that. Again, this with a light hand, and I have pretty fine hair, so I don't use too much. But on days when I'm getting ready to wash it earlier in the day, I'll take a good bit of it, rub it into my hands, and really work it through and treat it as a hair mask. I've used it as a leave-in in all the different ways, and it has worked beautifully in every way that I've used it. It has a really nice, pleasant scent to it, like all their products, very just more that medicinal kind of herbal scent. Very nice. Can't complain about that, and it performs beautifully. Like I love to rub it through my hair, and then I can just do a little bit of this, and look at that. It just goes back into its curl clumps, or wave clumps rather. Today, it goes right back into place. And just looks really nice and healthy and happy, and it does good things for my hair. And also from Super Zero, I have the hand lotion bar. I can't remember exactly what this is called, like the hand treatment, I believe. It has a particular name, and it is leaving my brain right now. It's late. I'm filming this late in the day, so my brain's not quite working like it normally is. I usually film in the morning. I'm a little more up on it. I definitely the later the day rolls, closer it gets to bedtime, the less my brain to mouth communication is flowing. But anyways, this is the hand treatment bar. This is Infused with bakuchiol and some anti-aging ingredients to really help nourish the hands and prevent signs of aging. Also, keeping the hands super hydrated and soft and all the good things without feeling greasy. This absorbs into the skin so quickly and easily, and you can just work it in, and you don't feel it. It doesn't feel greasy. It doesn't feel like you put anything on your hands. Your hands just feel hydrated and healthy and nice, and it's just kind of perfect. And it's just this little bar. Again, it has the same fragrance. Everything in that range has the same kind of fresh, almost rosemary-esque, minty type of fragrance that a lot of brands have, that kind of medicinal scent. But it's very pleasant. And yeah, I am loving that hand bar. I love that it's focused on the anti-aging with hands, because that's one of those parts that I think we might neglect a little bit when it comes to anti-aging. So I love that this has an alternative to retinol in it with the bakuchiol. And it can keep everything looking nice and fresh and young on the hands as well. And yeah, I think I talked about using whatever's left over of my skincare I use on my hands, just because I can. And I think I talked about how this was one of the lotions that my husband enjoyed, or skin treatments that I could get my husband to use when he had some rough patch on his elbow, and it took care of that in a couple of days. Very, very nice. And it has been wonderful this winter, because I've actually had a little bit of dry hands. I don't usually complain about having dry hands. But yeah, this winter I've actually experienced a little bit where I'm like, oh, my skin feels dry because we had some very, very cold snaps. And yeah, this is very, very much appreciated during the winter months. But I think it's great for year round because it doesn't feel oily or greasy. I can open a door and do things after putting that on and not feel like I'm getting lotion on everything. It's very, very pleasant to use. Super Zero, can you do wrong? I don't think you can. The next thing I'll talk about that I've been loving is my new blowout routine. Now you guys know I'm a wavy curly girl. I usually stick to my wavy curly styling, but every now and then it's just nice to do a bit of a blowout and something different on the hair and just have a little fun. And that's where this new blowout routine has come in. And within the routine, I've been using the T3 round brush dryer. I love that thing. It is so nice. It stays in here where I can just grab it and go through the hair, especially if I'm on a time crunch. This is the hair I go for. If I don't have time to diffuse and do all the things and I need to wash my hair and be out the door in like 20 minutes, this is the hair routine I use. It's great for travel also because it's literally just the T3 round brush, blow dry styler, and a Nexus mousse, a root volumizing spray, but mostly the Nexus mousse I really enjoy for this routine. It gives a great volume. And the way I like to blow my hair is to have voluminous waves and kind of a little bit big hair. I try for my big hair. It doesn't always happen because I have very fine, thin hair, but I try, and the Nexus mousse has been a great addition to that. And you can get that at Walmart, I just discovered, so that's awesome. And yeah, the blowout routine has just been really great for simplifying life on those busy days. Like, especially like those, when you got like an appointment or something, you gotta get up and get going and you don't want to have to worry about your hair needing a whole refresh or something. I'll blow it out the night before, sleep with it in a bun, get up, smooth it out, good to go. It is just so quick. And so easy, and I don't feel like I'm damaging my hair by heat styling or anything. It's very gentle product. It's a very gentle styling tool, I feel like. I mean, yeah, there's gonna be a little bit of heat damage, a little bit of mechanical damage because it is a blowout, but between that, you know, using good heat protecting products, you're good to go. And yeah, I've just been loving it in conjunction with the Nexus products, and I feel like it's just been a nice alternative way to style my hair, so I'm not always just doing the same old thing. And yeah, just a fun way to change stuff up. So moving on to a little bit of lifestyle-y stuff. TV. So I have HBO Max. That's the only TV movie app that I pay for. But every now and then I need a good binge watch session. I need to turn the brain off, fall into a show. And lately been using the HBO Max app for that. And finally, finally got around to watching Deadwood. I know, the series has been out like 20 years now. I don't know what took me so long. I love Westerns. I love Westerns. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that series all the way up to the movie. The movie felt a little too happy ending-ish, I guess you could say, compared to the show, because the show is a pretty dark show, especially as the first season. The strings of profanity are mind-bogglingly complex and well executed. It's violent, or it's about a lawless community that ends up becoming an actual town. It's a very interesting story. A lot of it is based in real historical fact, based on like the newspapers of the time and personal correspondence. And there's a lot of real, most of the characters in the show are real to some respect. There's a lot of creative license taken with a lot of the characters where, like, what? Why is this one person a villain? They weren't that in real life kind of thing, but whatever. A lot of it is based in reality, just a lot of maybe historical fiction thrown in, which I enjoyed me some historical fiction. It's fun. And I thoroughly enjoyed that series, though, and got so invested in the characters and everything about it. I can't believe there was only 3 seasons. At least the seasons were very long. There was a lot of episodes in each season. And I really loved the little world, the little Deadwood world. I understand why people love that show so much. I get it. And speaking on the complete opposite end of things, something that has brought me so much joy and made me so happy is Nanaland. I'm talking about, like, the TikToks and the reels of Mona and Nana and Fleefer and Rusher. These little clips make me so happy that I cannot even describe to you how happy and warm and fuzzy they make me feel. I love them so much. I love Mona so much. I love Russer and I love Fleefer, and just the way she speaks, everything about the show. The clips just makes me so happy, and I love seeing them come up in my feed. I follow the official page. I watch like the little segments of the episodes. It's a puppet show. It's a puppet show for kids that was made in Canada. And it started, there'd just be some funny memes with it. And now I'm like really into it. And oh gosh, I don't know why it makes me so happy, but it does. And I think it obviously makes a lot of other people feel the same way that are like at my age, because clearly that's who's sharing all the reels. And yeah, there's just something about it. Something so sweet and so wholesome and lovely. And it's that little pick-me-up you kind of need every day, is watching Mona and Russer and seeing what they're getting into and how they are driving Nana crazy, probably. And just the cuteness factor alone. It's the cuteness that just makes you melt inside. And yeah, so if you haven't seen Nanaland, just go on any of your favorite short form platforms, type it in, and enjoy. It will make you happy. It'll soothe your soul in some weird way, because it does for me, and it does for a lot of people apparently. And she is the most wonderful girl in the world. Okay, last thing I want to talk about is a very, very boring food. Oatmeal. Oatmeal has become my favorite meal. I like Quaker Oats has come out with these fruit fusion oatmeal things. It says your breakfast got to glow up, and girl, it did. It got to glow up, even though oatmeal is more so like something I eat for lunch more than breakfast half the time, or dinner, because it's kind of a slower absorbing carb, and I like to eat it a couple hours before the gym kind of thing. I feel like it gives me good energy for that. If I get like an hour and a half, 2 hours out before a good workout, I feel like it really helps out there, and it's very, very tasty. There's low calorie, low cholesterol, fairly on the sugar, I don't know, but they're not bad for you. It's heart healthy. It's oatmeal, and the ones with the fruit, the berry mix in particular, it has real berries in it that have just been dried and are dehydrated. Not dried. Yeah, dehydrated, I guess. And when you add water to it, it blossoms into this beautiful shade of purple, and it tastes amazing. It's so good. I just bought the peach strawberry for my husband to try because he likes oatmeal too now. Or he's on an oatmeal kick with me now. And we started with the brown sugar. The brown sugar maple oatmeal is a favorite. I get the lower sugar one. Oh, it's so good. And you know what? I can't wait to go in there and have me some of that for dinner tonight. In fact, I'm like looking forward to it. I don't know what has become of me with the oatmeal, but it has become like a warm hug in a bowl for me that fits my macros really easily, and it's filling, and it just, yeah, really is good fuel, and I love it before bed. I love it in the morning. I love it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, whenever. Sometimes just a packet for a snack. Oatmeal's my favorite thing. It has truly become my favorite thing. I know, odd thing to mention, but it's truly something that I have been loving and enjoying is oatmeal. So there's that. And one more thing that I am happy about right now is that my foot is healing. I got a pretty bad sprain in my toe region up to about mid-foot. I basically sprung everything in that region. 2 toes, severely sprained, and the top of my foot was pretty messed up. And I am happy and thankful that that is healing, and I can now do a full leg day at the gym again without pain and feel safe enough to do that without being afraid I'm gonna re-injure something. Very, very happy and grateful about that, and thankful that it healed up, because I was a little scared for a minute there that it wasn't gonna heal up on its own, and I might have needed some more medical intervention. I did go to the doctor and everything, get x-rays and all that. But yeah, I was on crutches for like 2 weeks. It was bad. I didn't get to do leg day. Haven't done leg day for about 6 weeks. I could do upper body, but I couldn't do anything lower body. I could barely walk for a good portion and wear shoes of that 6 weeks. And I think this is the 7th week now. And at that 6-week mark, I was able to do an actual full leg day with leg press, squats, and all the things. And it felt so good. It felt so good. And I was so sore. So very sore afterwards. But I'm just very thankful that I can now get back into the swing of things with the foot situation, and it's not swollen and painful every day and doesn't ache all the time like it was. And because it was rough. It was real bad. I've never had a foot injury like this before. I've broke toes before, multiple times. Nothing has been like this. I fainted when this happened. I fully fainted. So yeah, I'm just glad it's better. I'm glad that it is almost 100% now. There's still like some slight swelling in one of the joints and looks a little crooked, but it's getting better every day. It looks better. It feels better. And yeah, just very happy about that. So I did want to mention that. Something that's making me happy and that I'm loving is that my foot is healing. Didn't love the accident. Did not love falling and spraining it so bad to the point of fainting and being delirious. But definitely glad it is better. And yeah, okay, that's all for today. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry for this rambly. Oh well. Let me know down below some happy moments and some things that brought you joy. Yeah, let me know down below some things that brought you joy lately, made you feel good, all the things, and just stuff you're loving. Let me know down below, girl. Let's just have a chit chat about it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe and stay spooky. Bye now. Hey, I'm trying to look at the camera more, not down here. I don't know why I just stare down here. I don't make eye contact either when I talk to people, so maybe that's part of it. I feel like it's a very similar thing. But no, I'm just staring at the ground in front of me most of the time when I'm talking to you. Or just off in the distance. So I'm trying to make a point to stare to look at you when I'm talking, and I'm not good at this. When I stare at the lens, I feel like I'm looking up. It's very weird. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye now.